everyone, and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Melissa, and I am thrilled that you chose to join me today. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, I would love it if you would do so. And if you are not yet following me on Instagram, the handle is down below, and you can jump over there and start following me there as well. It's just a better way for you to get to know me on a more personal level outside of an edited video. So today is kind of a part 2 of my planner setup, just because I was so afraid that the video was going to be ridiculously long that I decided to split them up. That way you can either watch both or just one. So today's video is going to show how I set up my brain dump notebook. Now you saw this in my what's in my purse video, and I have created a way for me to kind of sort of have my planner in my purse, but not have, you know, this heavy thing, but yet still be able to feel like I'm on track and I have the things that I need. It's different than my Filofax, where I was printing off and creating these sheets. I have just kind of put them in here in a way that makes sense for me. And so what I did is I just used those, you know, little tabs. You can get them at Target or Walmart, wherever. And it's just these little sticky tabs. They come in, you know, all of these colors, usually in a group of, I want to say 4. So, you know, like the green, pink, orange, and yellow, those all came together, if I'm remembering right. And then the green, blue, and red, they all came together with maybe another color. I don't know, but this is what I chose. So then with my label maker, I just went ahead and put on here, you know, what that specific area was. Now for some of you, this makes you anxious, and I understand that, but for me, putting that extra little time in the beginning to create this saves me so much more time afterwards. But this is my brain dump. I am somebody who I can't shut my mind off very easily unless I get things out of it. And so for me, this is an easy way for me to free my mind of the constant thoughts that I have, to be able to give me kind of peace of mind. So for instance, this is my October, and what I do, let me set this down here. I'm trying to find the best light for you guys to be able to see that. So what I'll do is I wrote, obviously, October up here. I used my washi tape that I showed you before. And then I write the number of days in October. I don't write tasks on these days. What this is only for are the things that I need to be aware of that are appointments or important things. So for instance, last weekend, my kids had Pathfinders all weekend. Up here on the 8th, that was family pictures, and the kids also had class pictures on that day. On the 9th, it was MOPS, and Sam was late. I had a doctor's appointment the next day, you know, things like that. Right here, I circled these days because those were days that Sam was going to be home. So I only put on here things that I need to be aware of when planning other things. This has, like I said, absolutely nothing to do with tasks that I want to accomplish in that day. So I have that all the way through July of next year. And then I have separated my months into different things. So as you can see, these 2 pages here, well actually 3, because I have a notes page over here, which clearly I haven't used this month yet. But this is just for any notes that I want to write down, anything that I want to, you know, just brain dump and get rid of. And then on the back of that page is to-dos. You know, what are some really important things? Now this isn't like, you know, give the dogs a bath. This isn't clean the bathroom, different things like that. This is like, what projects do I want to try to accomplish in this entire month, kind of thing. Then over here I have October meals. And again, I just write all the way down how many months, or I'm sorry, how many days are in October, and I do our meals that way. That way I have this with me in my purse, and I'm not having to lug my planner with me every day to see what I am having for dinner on, you know, such and such a day. I can plan my meals based on this, which for me, that's very helpful because I can see what we've already had that month, what I don't want to recreate, that kind of thing. Over here you will find favorite meals. Now, a lot of this is not yet filled out. I usually schedule myself blocks of time for about a week's period to kind of go through all of this stuff. Some of it is filled out. A lot of it has to do with like holidays and things like that I still need to plan for. This favorite meals I just started doing or started wanting to do just to kind of help me in meal planning, be able to look back and see things that my family really loves. So I haven't added that to this yet. Like I said, you know, we just recently moved, and honestly, friends, there was not a lot of cooking happening up until recently, and so there was absolutely no point of me filling this out. So there that is, and on the side you'll see that it says meal planning. Then over here on this side, it's the same gig, favorite meals, breakfasts, lunches, and freezer meals. So that all ties into this section, which is freezer meals, or I mean meal planning, I'm sorry. Over here is perpetual dates. This is something that happens, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to shake you around. These are things that happen every year on the same date. And the reason that I put them on a sticky tab was because I wanted to be able to swap this out if I had to without having to scratch out my page. You know, things happen in life and then the next year they're not happening. You know, if you've moved, things aren't going to happen the way that they did the year before. You get the drill. So each one of these is a month. In January, these are the things that happen every year. February, March, April, on and on and on. And so for me, that is just an easy way to look here when I am doing my monthly planning at what is already going to take place. Then on this page, it is birthday gifts. Again, I have done the same thing just so that I can swap these out every year and not have to totally throw away my book or scratch out my page. So for my mom's birthday, it has the date. For my niece, it has the date here. Because she lives out of state, I have to ship her gift, and so I have written down on the bottom the date that I need to ship it by. That way it's a reminder for me and it gets there on time. Also, here is another niece who I have to ship her gift as well, and that way I can make sure to have that done. Down here for my kid's birthday, I have the date here. Obviously I know when it is, but it's more of a visual reminder for me. And then the different people who are going to be buying them gifts that I know are going to be asking in advance what they want. So for us, we buy them one main gift, and then we allow, you know, grandmas and grandpas to buy them something fun and something that they need. Otherwise, they just end up with just stuff. On the other side of that is my weekly cleaning routine. These are the things that I just do on a daily basis. Make the bed, straighten the living room, unload the dishwasher, that type of thing. And then in the afternoon, these are the things that we do. Now on here you'll see 20-minute pickup, just because that's really what it takes us generally. But I allow an hour because then whatever is left over from that, you know, after that 20 minutes is kind of more of a little bit of a catch up for me as well. Then on Sundays, this is what I do on Sundays: meal prep for breakfasts during the week, lunches, dinners, and then I have my kids set out all of their clothes for the entire week. That way we are not having arguments with the daughter on what she does not want to wear that day. This page right here is what I will be using for when I did it last. Oil change, changed the oil in the truck, rotated my tires, balanced them, stuff that you just plain do not think about unless it is written down. I just, this stuff doesn't pop into my mind on a daily basis. And so if I write it down, then it's easy for me to go back and do that. Then over here, I have any notes that may tie into this. This right here, as you can see down here on the bottom, is kids' sayings. What did they say? My kids say some of the most hilarious things ever, and if I don't hurry and write them down, then I'm going to forget it. And so that is just a section for that. A movie list for adults and a movie list for kids. We don't watch a lot of movies in the theaters, but we do have Netflix and that kind of thing. And so things that people suggest that might be, something that we would enjoy, then I want to write it down, especially for the kids. Movies that people suggest that might be appropriate, because it feels like those are few and far between anymore. Then I want to be able to write those down as well to go back and reference. Here is my wants and needs. Pretty self-explanatory. What do these people want? What do they need? There is a big difference. And so the wants are going to be more of kind of a reward, or like birthday presents, Christmas presents, that type of thing. Needs, obviously, are going to be something that I need to add to my shopping list for that week to be able to get that taken care of. And, you keep seeing all of these little stickers. It's because not stickers, Post-its. This is easy to swap out quickly if I need to change it, and my entire page won't be ruined. Holiday fun list, things that I want to do during the holidays, specific holidays. I've got a spring and summer one here. So for instance, in the spring, we've got Valentine's Day. Do we want to take school treats? Easter, a Easter egg hunt or brunch. And I also have the date written down when it is that year. And, like I said, this I can take out and still use this notebook next year. Then for the summer, we've got Memorial Day. I've got the date. Summer open. I just kind of want to have a welcome to summer party. 4th of July. Obviously, we all know the date for that, but I wrote it down. Back to school. First day of school is on the 14th, which seems super early. Labor Day, back to school party, the date, you get the drill. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I have a place where I want to write different places that I want to travel, not necessarily in a year, but just in general. Sightsee, where do we want to go? This kind of is more of a this year type of deal. We want to go to Branson. We've got that scheduled to see all of the Christmas lights. We are going to Hawaii in February. We're going to the Holy Land in March. I would love to go to New York again. I'm going to Magnolia Farms in November with some girlfriends. So just things like that. Then we move into Thanksgiving planning. So here is my menu. What do I want my table to look like? Different things that I need to purchase or find that I already have and want to use. What are my main dishes, my sides, desserts, drinks? What is my shopping list needing to be? What are the cook times for the different things? That way I can schedule out, you know, on that day when I need to have things in the oven. Just different notes that I need to make for myself. Elf on the Shelf, because that starts Thanksgiving night. What is my shopping list? A Christmas party. So now we're into, up here you see Christmas parties. The date, the time, the theme. I have 2 different ones there because I usually try to do one for adults and then one, or not adults, but like family, and then one for just kids. Christmas gifting. These are my husband's secretaries, and so I need to put them down here, as well as teachers for my kids. And then again, I do the same thing as I do for birthdays. Here are my kids. Here are the people that I know are going to specifically be asking. So again, we do a main gift, grandparents do a gift that they need and a gift that they want. And then these are the other people in my family that I have to buy for. Not have to buy for, get to buy for. Family photos for Christmas cards. I did not write these things in this year just because I kind of already had it taken care of. But this is what everybody's going to be wearing that I need to purchase. So that's all ready for next year. For Christmas cards, I designed the card. So there's a little box for that. How many cards do I need to order? The quantity, print the labels, you get the drill. And then over here, any supplies that I need, stamps, a seal stick. I can actually mark those off while we are going here because I just got those last week. Then on the back here, this is the information for picture day. So what I have on here is the date, the time, where we're going to be, and any notes. What colors am I wanting to implement? Because of how my mind works, I try to dress my family in clothes that will go along with my home decor colors. To some of you, that is odd. To me, it makes perfect sense. So I just kind of write down my ideas of what colors I want them to be in. And then I will put together a list, or rather a picture, on Evernote. And if you guys are interested in me showing you how I do this and how I put together our outfits for our pictures, I would be more than happy to do a video on that. But if it's not something that someone is going to be really interested in watching, then I'm just not going to take the time to do it. So comment down below kind of how I go through this process, how I create this, and I would be happy to show you. So this is just a general idea of, well, not general, kind of more specific idea of what I want all of us to be wearing and how it will look together. That way when I'm out and about, I can be looking for these pieces if we don't already own them. Over here you will find my Christmas bucket list, any notes for that, new and old traditions, Christmas Eve, what's the menu, any outreach that we want to do on Christmas Eve, and thoughts that I have. Same thing with the Christmas menu. And again, the table setting, the number of place settings that I need, what's on the main table, as far as decoration, what do I need to buy, what do I already have, that type of thing. Afternoon and evening is more of just a leftovers type of deal. So what do I need for that? My shopping list, the date that I want to shop, my last call date, which means anything that I have not been able to get needs to absolutely have been purchased by that date. Then over here I have a tab for New Year's Eve. This is if I am going to have a party. I haven't totally decided that yet. My birthday is New Year's Eve, and so I will be turning 40 this year, which I'm happy to be here. but I don't know what the plan is. If one, I do not like surprises, friends. So I've kind of made mention that I don't like surprises. And so I don't know how much that's going to be taken into consideration. So I haven't put anything down for New Year's Eve because I just kind of don't know. New Year habits. I don't do resolutions. I do a word of the year, which is how my intentional life came about. My word was intentional that year. And I do habits, things that I want to turn into habits. But I feel like resolution for me, it goes south super quick. So I have a place for that. And then fellowship ideas, things that I want to do, with other people. I like to entertain, so different things to have kids over to our house for. This right here is an area, I haven't put a tab on it yet, but this is different ideas for videos. This one right here I have already done. And let's see, fall porch, what's in my bag, and right now, new planner setup. And fall decor. Man, we are knocking them out here, friends. So these are just other things that I have ideas to do videos for, and it's just a way for me to keep them all together. So that is my brain dump. I love this. It keeps me extremely organized, and I just feel like it's the best way for me to keep all of my brain in one place and be able to keep it in my purse and not have it weigh 100 pounds. And I feel like it's very functional for me. I feel like it's everything that, I need to keep track of in a simplistic way that works for me. Like I said, for some of you, this is extremely overwhelming, and that's okay. If you take one tiny little bit of this book and decide that you can apply it to your lifestyle to make it flow easier and be less stressful for you, then I have accomplished what I set out to do. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, friends. I hope that it was useful. I hope that you were able to find one little tab on the side of this book that you can work into your lives to just make you able to breathe a little bit better on any given day. If you are not already subscribed to this channel, friends, I would love it if you would join me over here in my little YouTube community. And if you are not already following me on Instagram, just jump down to the bottom of the description, find my handle, and run over there and start following me. It's just where I show you more of my day-to-day. You can kind of get a better idea of, who I am on a Tuesday. But I would love it if you would head over there and do that. And lastly, if you have not clicked on that bell, I would love it if you would do so, because that is just a way for you to be notified every time a new video comes up. Until next time, friends, I encourage you to create a life that you absolutely love living and will never need a vacation from. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.